Ladies and gentlemen, since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, for the first time on Indian television, Mohammed Yunus's government's representative is joining us on this broadcast. Over the last few weeks, several allegations have also been leveled against the Indian media, particularly saying that there's a fake narrative that is being peddled about minorities being attacked in Bangladesh. Here at Republic TV, ladies and gentlemen, we've put out all testimonies of those who have basically suffered at the hands of the radicals. For the first time, Shafiqul Alam, who's the press secretary to the chief advisor of the interim government, is joining us. Mr. Alam, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Let me straight away begin by asking you. Your government says that there is a fake narrative that is being peddled, particularly by the Indian media, about minorities being attacked in Bangladesh. Let me first ask you by telling you this. 235 incidents have been reported across 52 districts in Bangladesh. This is a number that has not been peddled by the Indian media, but in fact a letter that was written to Mohammed Yunus by a minority group in Dhaka. Are you saying that no such incidents have taken place since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina?
What we are saying is that there have been some attack. But obviously, what's the cause of this attack? What we have found is that some of this attack has happened because of, not because of religious motivation. It's mostly because of political affiliation of some Hindu people with the previous regime.
Does that still justify, Mr. Alam? Does that still justify, even if it is, for the sake of the argument,
isolated incident, very few.
So you are saying that the number 235, that true, this is a count?
Yes, there is a group here, Hindu, Buddha, Christian Unity Council. They say that 9 people have been killed in the violence after the ouster of Hasina. But what Netro News is the country's leading investigative website, which is actually based in Sweden and London. They operate from there, and they are run by secular people. They found that almost all cases, this is not related to religious violence. It's other reason they were killed.
Let me now
and the Hindu Unity Council hasn't even responded to their investigations. That's why what we are telling Indian media, please visit Bangladesh. Come and see for yourself what has happened. I would invite Republic TV. You can come. We will give you visa in 1 hour.
Okay.
Come and visit and go to these places and see for yourself what has happened.
Okay. Mr. Alam, here at Republic TV, we always believe in putting facts first. I'm now putting out another fact for you, because you say that this has got nothing to do with religious identity. A short while back, an Indian Hindu, Shayan Ghosh, was brutally assaulted on the streets of Dhaka. His first testimony was put out a short while back, which is available for everyone to see, Mr. Alam. It is his testimony. Forget about others. Forget about Hindus who have been staying in Bangladesh. An Indian who was in Dhaka, who was returned to Kolkata, has categorically stated how he was brutally assaulted. Are you denying the fact that there are radicals in your country who are running amok?
That's, again, usually exaggeration. Obviously, every society has some radical elements, but are they running amok? This is just pure imaginations. I read your story. I read the boy's story. We haven't seen. I even contacted this alleged assault happened in Jurain. I spoke to the police official there, and they said that there was no case filed against this incident. So
you are saying he's lying?
Obviously, if we have to know, he could come, he returned to India and then he is making this complaint.
Okay.
Obviously,
Mr. Alam, let me, it's very unfortunate.
It could be a mugging incident.
As a senior official in the interim government, I would expect some sort of an empathy from your side, because Mr. Alam, what you're essentially saying, hear me out, Mr. Alam. Mr. Alam, hear me out. At least let me put out, because you're countering, you're countering what we are putting out. You're countering the narrative of the boy who was brutally assaulted. In fact, you are saying that your police says that no case was registered or there is no incident of that sort. Then how is it possible that same very individual on my show did actually show the medical report? In fact, he had received stitches in the hospital. Are you saying that medical report is also fictitious in nature?
No, I'm not denying that he was assaulted. I saw the photo of him. He was assaulted. I have full sympathy for him, and we condemn if this incident was condemn this attack.
So what was his political affiliation?
Again, we a government wants to know how a government operates. We have to get the report from the police. If it was filed in the police report, obviously we would know, and we would quickly act on this incident. He was making complaint after returning to India. That's the main thing.
Let's take this forward now, because I believe the Attorney General of Bangladesh believes that ISKON is a fundamentalist organization, an organization which played a pivotal role during COVID relief in Bangladesh, a Hindu organization that is spread across 150 countries, including US officials like Tulsi Gabbard are followers of ISKON. For you, that's a fundamentalist organization, but Hifazat-e-Islam is not a fundamentalist organization, Mr. Alam.
About ISKCON, we have, I told Indian media, that we believe in freedom of religion, we believe in freedom of association. We have, we ensure every, all the rights to anyone, so whatever religion anyone can follow, and ISKCON is free to, they have more than 100, and I think I spoke to their secretary and the president again today, and they are free to to preach their religion, to do whatever.
So what happens to the Attorney General's statement? The Attorney General, in his opinion,
I have to check what he actually has said. I have to check this statement.
That has been reported. Now, if you do not believe Mr. Alam, the Daily Star
is quite clear with that, and also that of major political parties.
I hope you will not say that this is a figment of our imagination, because this has been reported by Bangladesh's various dailies about what the Attorney General essentially believes in, and he says that it's a fundamentalist organization. I'm assuming that the interim government would have some position on this entire issue. What is it that Mr. Mohammed Yunus, who believes in charitable organizations, particularly those who are backed in the United States of America, wouldn't he be backing an Hindu organization, a cherished Hindu organization across various countries?
And that's why, ISKCON is operating everywhere in the country.
And 3 more arrests have taken place of Hindu monks, Mr. Alam.
Sorry?
Hindu monks have been arrested. Chinmoy Prabhu, thereafter, I'm told that few more arrests have taken place.
Issue. That's a clear law and order issue. And Chinmoy Prabhu, ISKCON has said they have suspended him from.
But they have not. They have never said. If I am to just read out the statement of the Vice President here categorically makes a mention of the fact that the organization is being limited from carrying out their activities in Bangladesh. They are hugely concerned, is what the Vice President has to say.
That's not the atmosphere that we saw. That's not the comment that we got from their the General Secretary and also the President.
So what are they saying? That are they backing? Are you saying that they are saying that they are extremely delighted with the arrest?
Chinmoy Prabhu was. They have said that Chinmoy Prabhu was fired from the organization some months back.
Are you suggesting that ISKCON has told you privately? Mr. Alam, are you suggesting that the ISKCON perhaps have told you privately that they are delighted with the arrest of Hindu monks in Bangladesh? and perhaps you're doing the best.
That's not the case. Like you are you are trying to put your
I'm asking
words into my mouth.
You are saying
That's
that the ISKON is saying something very different to you, so hence I'm asking you. As a journalist, it's my right to ask you.
Why don't you call Charu Chandra Mr. Brahmachari, the secretary, and Satyaranjan Baroi, the president. You can call them. You can invite them to your show and ask them what's the real picture. Instead of asking someone from Kolkata, why don't you call them and interview them?
And what about Mr. Gaurang Das? What about others who are if you're not willing to
look.
Fair enough. You see, you want to, Mr.
Lawyer
Alam
was brutally killed, and we have seen some of the video footages, and some of these people were arrested by scrutinizing these video footages.
Mr. Alam, let me take this forward, because you believe that the Hafazat-e-Islam and some of the organizations which faces terror charges, those who have been released by the courts in Bangladesh, they appear to be holy organizations to you. Those who have been a bigger concern, and not just us, the US administration, the upcoming administration is equally concerned about it. You've heard what Donald Trump had to say with regards to the current situation. You've seen what the UK parliamentarian Bob Blackman had to say, that it is a growing concern. So you have to admit that this is not a figment of imagination of the Indian media, but it's a reality that has been spoken about by several parliamentarians across the globe.
Look, we have a massive anti-terrorism operations all over the country. We know, we obviously in the past and right now, we even some weeks ago, we have arrested extremists. That's not the issue. Main issue is we believe in fundamental rights of people. Some of these people you are talking about were in prison more than their prison terms. So the courts just release some of these people. We have to believe in rule of law, not just putting people forcibly in jail for years after years. And we have a strong surveillance on the extremist suspect. Anyone who is suspected extremist, we have a huge surveillance operations. We know who is doing what, and immediately if there is any transgression, anyone involved in extremist activities, he will be arrested. There is no
So are you saying that Chinmoy Prabhu, are you saying that Chinmoy Prabhu was an extremist and that is the reason why he had to be arrested?
Chinmoy Prabhu, there is a specific case against Chinmoy Prabhu, and he was arrested because of that case.
What is the case, Mr. Alam? What is the case and what is the evidence?
There is a case, which is filed in late October, and he was named as a suspect there. That's why he was arrested, and he is being investigated.
The case registered in the month of October and the arrest is happening in the month of December for a public figure like Chinmoy Prabhu. Mr. Alam, as a senior journalist yourself, please tell me who is exactly going to believe this?
If a public figure is accused of some kind of crime, obviously he would be arrested. He is a suspect.
He's a suspect in a case that you are not even being able to tell us in details. What is the case? Because as I understand, Chinmoy Prabhu has categorically made an allegation that there is no evidence against him. He is only being targeted because he was speaking about the condition of minorities in Bangladesh. That's a lie.
We haven't targeted anyone because of his faith or because of his activism. No, there is no.
If I am to ask you, just give me three lines of what exactly has the interim government in Bangladesh really done for the minorities, because you are disputing every number that is thrown at you. You're disputing the fact that there are radicals who are carrying out assaults. You are also saying, allow me to complete my sentence, Mr. Alam, and then I'll give you enough time to respond. There are multiple testimonies of how Hindu temples have been attacked. During Durga Puja, there are diktats that have been issued. Then you have a situation where Durga Puja organizers are being told that you need to curtail the timings of the puja. Then there are videos that show that Hindus are being targeted. There is a targeted killing that has actually taken place in Bangladesh. All of it has now been denied, and there is no counter evidence that has been provided by you. Tonight, perhaps it's a best opportunity for you, Mr. Alam, to put out what you believe is the evidence against the Hindus that you really have there.
That's why you say, please visit Bangladesh, do the reports yourself, or you can set up a bureau here and you can monitor what is happening
Mr.
here.
Alam, I'm sure you...
hearing it in New Delhi or any other places in India, we can see there is the industrial scale misinformation campaign from Indian media. So that's why you are getting some news which are, many of these news are fake. Even the international news agency.
First of all, let me just tell you this, Mr. Alam. I have to interrupt here, Mr. Alam.
Mr. Alam, that these are fake news. Many of them are fake news. We believe in the full rights of the minorities, and if you ask anyone, and there was only a few days back,
Mr. Alam,
Voice of America has carried out a...
One question that I want to ask you is with regards to the extradition of Sheikh Hasina. Several of your colleagues within the interim government has asked for the extradition of Sheikh Hasina. Where does it stand, and on what grounds are you really asking for the extradition of Sheikh Hasina? And if India refuses, where does Yunus government really stand on this?
We have an extradition treaty with India, and obviously we'd expect India to extradite Hasina, because Hasina is accused of mass murder, massacre during July and August, massacre of young people, the boy as young as 4-year-old. She was accused of murdering, ordering the murder. And she is accused of ordering a campaign of enforced disappearances. More than 3,000 people were disappeared at her order, obviously. And obviously there have been massive, even today a white paper was published which shows that some $16 billion were siphoned off during every year in her 15-year rule. So obviously we, Bangladesh people, wants to prosecute her, and we would expect that once the legal process is done, India would be extraditing her.
One final question I want to take with you, Mr. Alam. Sheikh Hasina had made a sensational allegation that the United States of America was basically trying to capture St. Martin's Island, and that is one of the reasons why perhaps the US was quite upset. And the fact that she was ousted could be also a propaganda of the United States of America. Where does the Yunus government really stand on this?
This, Sheikh Hasina has been ousted by a unprecedented...
But what about the St. Martin allegation? St. Martin Island allegation.
She wants to put the blame on US. There are hundreds of thousands of people who protested against her rule, not in Dhaka, in every city in the country, in every campus in the country, and now she is cooking up these lies. Her 15 years have been she has been known for making lies just after dawn. Every day she would be sending out these lies every day. If you ask any Bangladeshi, we grew used to hearing her lies all the time.
Mr. Alam, thank you very much for joining us on Republic TV and putting your side. There are various issues where we essentially disagree, but having said that, it is important that we put out all sides here. Mr. Alam, I'm hoping that you'll keep coming back to us, as you know that thousands and thousands of people are watching Republic TV and the reports that we are putting out. We are hoping that Mohammed Yunus's government will have the courage to answer the questions that are posed by Republic TV. Thank you very much.